Hi YouTube, my name is Ibukun. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's been a while since we had a art to art, and yeah, I've been busy doing a lot of things, and I just thought to update you. Yeah, because I remember talking about my situationship at the time. Yeah, there's an update. I blocked them. In as much as the things I said in that video were like cute, it's not all that. I've ignored. In the beginning, there were a few red flags. He felt like he hadn't moved on from his fiancée at the time. Yes, he was about to engage her before something happened, and he couldn't move on with the engagement plans that he had made. So, and I asked if he has healed. Before we started, I asked, and he was like, yes, he's healed, blah blah blah. Yeah. But he used to talk about her a lot, and he felt like he had pains or anger. I was like, okay, but a lot of things happened, and he started showing his true self. I'm trying to, because I'm still trying to heal. I just blocked him this week. So yeah, cut me some slacks. Yes, I'm changing my hair color again. I know. I'm changing it. Yeah, I already got attachment to make my hair, but I'm changing my hair color. It's just there, right? Yeah. I'm waiting to take you through the process, but that'll be in another video. So yeah, I blocked him because the breadcrumbing was crazy. The disrespect was insane. So now this is going to be something very, very, how do I put it, up close and personal. Now I've endured so much in that thing. I won't call it even that fling or whatever happened, and I don't want to anymore. I'm done. I mean, if I'm going to calculate the time from the time when we met till now, that's like 1 year, and it's been 1 year since we met. And to be sincere, it felt like I was waiting for him to be the person that he used to be at first when we started talking. He at that point it was so, till that time it felt like I was holding on to who I thought it was, and it was draining me. Urgh, a lot happened. And apart from that, if every time we try to talk, especially online chatting and stuff, once I brought those conversations up, once I brought it up, he usually got very defensive and started saying things like, oh, blah blah blah, and now I know you're going to leave or something like that. It's not me, it's you. Kiniko. He used to say weird things, and I'll be like, and I'll pity him and stay. He just got to a point that the breadcrumbs got irritating. It got weird. It got confusing. And I couldn't hold it anymore. I was just like, girl, you better wrap it up now because I'm done. I can't. It's hot right now. So, yeah, that was it. There's so much I want to talk about. So, I am a victim of SA. Terrible. I can't even count the number of that I've experienced in my life. And I feel like the trauma response of that and what it has done to me as an adult is that when my body is being violated, I go into panic mode, which means that I shut down, like physically, like I just shut down, unable to say a thing, and I'm just there. And it has happened in like two scenarios with different people where, so the first like extreme essay I experienced in 2022 or so, the man was basically violating my body and stuff, and I kept gaslighting myself that I was just overthinking it, it's not that deep and stuff. And when he went all the way through, I couldn't say a word. Not a word came out. I was just there. I couldn't say stop, I couldn't say no, I couldn't, nothing came out. I was just there. When I left, got home, I was just stunned. No words came out, just I was stunned. And it didn't help when at the time my friend at the time didn't believe me at first. She was like, oh, do you understand, do you think and she, at some point it felt like she was judging me. So I think at some point in the whole thing he noticed that, because at first the things that pulled me to him was that he was able to like, to him it felt like, it felt like he it felt like he understood, like he's a very respectful person that wouldn't force things. Yeah, in that scenario, like maybe we're together and stuff, and I have vaginismus, so it like affects me doing whatever. And sometimes when he can't penetrate or stuff, he just lets it be. So it's not like trying to force himself in or stuff at first, yeah. But it got to a point, it wasn't about my consent. Sometimes I would see him, especially when I dipped that, when I started dipping the disrespect and I started hating him, I would see him. I would agree to meet up, but I would see him and I didn't like him at that point anymore. Up till now, I still don't like him anymore. Like I feel so irritated by him. So I would see him and they would expect me to warm up to him, to hug him, to like be all smushy and stuff the way it was in the beginning when I liked him. But I wouldn't, I would just be there. Like he would literally be forcing me to hug him and I'd just be there. I think that was some kind of closure that I needed, because I don't know if I told you, I think I mentioned in that video that I left at some point and it was a long break. When I went back with the intention to like get closure and stuff. But I think the closure that I really needed was to see him as who he is now. And when I saw him as that did not appeal to me at all in any sense. So in those moments or those times that we met, it was just like twice or so, I can't remember. In those times when we met, and it felt like, so I became very cold when we met. Like I became very cold, very distant. It was like, when two people are in the room and there's no connection. Maybe one person has connection and the other person is like very cold, withdrawn, distant, hurt. And he's just like, oh, let's get it done, blah, blah, blah. And there's this awkward silence and stuff. And that was the whole thing. So I was very cold, very distant. I was hurt, and at that point I think I realized that I hated him with passion. Like I didn't want to have anything to do with him, so I just go there. Yeah. And there were many other times I wanted us to meet up, you know, men, and who he wants to have sex, and I'm like, girl, no. So if he doesn't make like a proper plan, like he doesn't inform me upfront, like weeks ahead, I am not going to meet up with him. I'm going to come up with an excuse. So that I don't care. I would not. In fact, there was a time it was like, oh, I'll just come to your house, blah blah blah. You can, like we can stay in my car, blah blah blah. We don't. I was like, no, because at one point it became real. Like it became so real that, oh, this person is just with me for my body, and it wasn't cute. And there was that part of him that doesn't care what I'm feeling mentally, doesn't care, because yeah, he sees my status and I talk about a lot of things on my status. And before, he used to feel like he cares. At that time he was like, oh, how are you, Kiniko? You can always talk to me, Kiniko, I'm proud of you, blah blah blah. But I think he got to a point he stopped pretending like he cared. So he would just he would just ignore. If it's not about sex, he's not interested, or money. I just got tired of the breadcrumbs and stuff. So, I mentioned that I said I thought it was someone that was respectful, consent wise. So, at that point when I became very cold and uninterested in doing anything sexual with him. If it were, I found it very cringy. It was very cringy and stuff. So in those times, it would just basically be him doing everything, kissing me, moving me around and stuff. And there were no clear consents involved. So it was more of him doing those things. So I never said no because of my trauma. So I was just there. At that point when you don't want to do anything, you don't want to, you just, I was very cold, very distant. Sometimes with that, so what's on your mind, blah blah blah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I became so cold. I wouldn't say what. Oh, are you good? I'm fine. Whatever. It was just, and I don't know how I got to that point. Even me, I'm surprised. Because I'm like, girl, you used to be head over heels for him. What happened? I guess I grew up. And my self-respect grew with me. So nothing mattered other than that it doesn't respect my body. And there was one that I did glaringly. Apart from, the moving me around, doing going all the way, even when I wasn't present or when I wasn't interested. We just go all the way, do this, do that. And once it's done, he moves around. The last one that happened was when we were in a place. And again, I wasn't interested again in him, in everything. I was just there. Because again, like I said, I just wanted to get closure. I just wanted to like understand where I'm in. So at that point he was like, oh, once he got to the room, I wanted to shake him and he was like, no. I offered him an handshake and he was like, no, that he wants to hug me. I was still uninterested. Sha tried to hug him, he was touching me. I was like, I was just very cold, distant. I'm done basically. So wow, wow, it was. It disregarded all my body language and stuff and feelings. Basically, went all the way to addressed me because I was just there, like, you felt like I was just there, and he went all the way again. Had me alcohol. I was like, I took a bit because it was bitter, so I was like, okay, whatever. Then, not saying that, see, if he has to wait for me to like come around and stuff, it might never happen. So he just went all the way and did his thing. So when he wanted to penetrate, he couldn't go in. He couldn't go in. That's what it does. It took like a bunch of saliva. Like it was the amount of saliva it took, like he actually poured on the bed and it was so stinky. It took saliva, used it on it, and like basically forced his way in. It felt like rape. After it was done, I felt I can't even explain how I felt. No, it felt like those sex workers who, you know, who, who were paid to be slept with by total strangers. And after I was told, they just threw money at them and told them to get out of the room. And he was on the bed that night and he was basically on the phone calling because there was an event at the time and that was why we were there. And he wanted me to attend with him and I refused. But he refused to talk about it because he was just like, oh, it's okay, it's alright. But it was like a family event for him and he wanted to like me to attend with him so that he would feel like we are a thing and we are nothing basically. So yeah, at that night I was so sad because I was going through a lot at that time. I even told him. that I wasn't in a good place mentally because I was getting cyberbullied online. He never cared to ask how I was doing. He never cared, he never asked. Nobody cares. You know how that everybody is mean unprovoked. Everybody wants to hurt you for no reason. Everybody wants to say something negative about you to, you know, to feel cool, to feel like they matter. That was what it felt like. And that time I agreed to meet up with him because I thought it would be, it would be able to help me mentally. Because I was just home crying, very sad, depressed, suicidal, and I was with my sister at the time. She's not around right now, my younger sister. And she was even happy. She was like, "Oh, Ibuku, you should go. You've been so sad. It will help you. Can you go?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm just going to go." So it wasn't like I wanted to meet up with him for sex. I just felt like it would be really nice to get out of the house and be around someone that quote unquote cares. That wasn't the case. So all through the night he never cared, and I just don't and cried. Like I cried so much that night. I cried so much. So much. I felt what cannot explain how I felt that night because I wasn't interested in whatever. Anyways, it's over now. I hope that he's happy. I hope so. I hope that the people that are cyberbullying me, I hope that you're happy. I hope so. Yeah, it's over. And I'm glad. To have his number blocked. There's still there's only so much that I can take. Only so much. I can't keep dealing with that. It is too much to think of. So I'm glad it's done. Yeah. Tell me about your situationship experience. Your kind regards will go a long way. I'll be fine, I guess. I just needed to talk to someone. A judgment free zone. I have to go. My head aches. But I feel better from just, ranting to the camera. Please be kind. Please like this video, drop a lovely comment, share, turn on your notification bell, and drop a lovely comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye.